Welcome to Actually Real Wrestling, the alternative to the alternative. I'm your host, Jeff Sunday, coming to you live on Twitch and YouTube, here to continue another night of the actual heavyweight championship tournament, continuing round one action. Again, this is a 32 competitor bracket, single elimination. We have 4 matches from the tournament to bring you, plus a bonus match. So we've got about an hour of entertainment here for you on Fire Pro Wrestling. We'll take a look at tonight's card. Our opening bout will feature Kenny Omega, the best bout machine, taking on his former tag partner, Kota Ibushi. And in our second match, the Velveteen Dream, former North American champion over in NXT, will take on Adam Cole, the current NXT champion. And in our third match, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, will take on Daniel Bryan. And in our fourth match of the night, Le Champion of AEW, Chris Jericho, battles the son of the man he called a son of a on TV recently, Dustin Rhodes, the Natural. And we have one match that we'll throw in the middle of the card to break things up. We'll announce that when the time is right. New theme song of Actually Real Wrestling. You're listening to it now, is provided by the one and only Kwezi Young at He's So Kwezi on Instagram. Link is in the chat. I have babbled for long enough, and we are ready to go to the ring for our opening bout. Coming to the ring first, he is the best bout machine, Kenny Omega. And his opponent, he is the golden star of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kota Ibushi. And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, these two former tag team partners, they know each other very well. Referee Aubrey Edwards is the third man in the ring tonight, officiating the action. Should be high quality, high tier action between these two. Both can really go as Omega sends Ibushi to the outside. Now, anyone who's been watching ARW over the past couple months knows that we've seen both these men compete in the ARW ring. Kenny Omega is 1 win, 1 loss, losing to Kenta. He defeated John Moxley. When that match didn't happen in real life, we did it on ARW, and that was the result there. Kota Ibushi undefeated, and he has victories over the likes of AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, who advanced to round 2 of the tournament last week, defeating Bray Wyatt, and he will face, as Ibushi has the cover here, it's just a 2 count. Seth Rollins will be facing Kazuchika Okada in round 2 as Ibushi to the top rope, lands the double stomp on the middle back there of Omega, has the cover here, And what the hell is this? Mayu Iwatani out here. Mayu Iwatani, not scheduled obviously to be in this matchup. She's attacking Kota Ibushi. What the hell's she doing out here? Is Iwatani working with Omega? The two have certainly crossed paths in Japan and Stardom. They've not been known to be linked before this moment here, but Mayu Iwatani seems to be in league with Kenny Omega as she's continuing to go to work on Kota Ibushi. And Ibushi just trying to fight his way out of this predicament here. It's a 2-on-1. And after a long exchange with Omega, Omega's elbow finally wins out, and it seems Mayu's done what she's here to do. She's headed to the back. And Aubrey Edwards, using her discretion here, didn't call for the disqualification. But Ibushi seems unfazed as he lands the high temple kick. There's a picture-perfect drop kick by Omega. And if you're just tuning in, this is the actual heavyweight championship tournament round 1 action between former tag team partners Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. Omega representing All Elite Wrestling, the hot new brand running on TNT. And Kota Ibushi going for the last ride, sit down powerbomb, too close to the rope. Ibushi recently signed a lifetime contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling, the kind that Undertaker recently signed for WWE in the twilight of his career. Omega has the cover, almost had it there. Ibushi just kicked out. Shoulder came up, and a kick to the temple puts Omega on the mat here. Knife edge chop by Omega, and Ibushi going back. He was going to go for the last ride. Omega reversed it into a DDT. What a move there by the Best Bout Machine. And Omega eats a turnbuckle now. And it looks like it's his turn to be hung in the Tree of Woe as Ibushi lands a series of kicks right onto the jaw of Omega, and a drop kick by Ibushi lands right on the money. Kicks to the midsection. Ibushi fires up and takes Omega off the ground. Had him off for just a split second on that last kick, and a Frankensteiner by Ibushi caught Omega as he was coming from the opposite side. And there's that reversal again by Omega into a DDT. And he has Ibushi out here. And Ibushi puts Omega in the corner. What's he going to set up? Drop kick into the corner. What a move by the Golden Star. And backflip kick lands. Ibushi starting to piece it together here. Electric chair for Omega. Into the German suplex with a bridge. What a maneuver by Omega. Gets the 2 count. Held the bridge perfectly there. And Ibushi catches him with the Frankensteiner and deadlifts him. Responds there with a deadlift German suplex. And catches him with a power slam this time, coming from the opposite side of the ring. Ibushi chasing him down now. The two collide. Both men down. And it's going to be all about who wants it more, who wants that shot, as Omega showing off a bit with the strength, hits the German suplex, and gets a 2 count again. Ibushi digs deep, hangs on to the undefeated streak for now. But Omega saying good night, good luck, bang with the V trigger, right on the money, outside leg hooked. Omega has him here, and it's a 3 count. Kenny Omega has defeated Kota Ibushi and will advance to the second round of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. Textbook finish for Kenny Omega there. Hit him with the V trigger right on the money. Coming to the ring first, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. his opponent, the new Daniel Bryan. As referee Aubrey Edwards calls to a start to this matchup, here we go. And these two both making their second appearances on ARW. Samoa Joe was on our stream on the 6th of this month when he defeated Johnny Mundo with the Coquina Clutch. And Daniel Bryan appeared, this was about a month before that, September 3rd, in a triple threat against Tetsuya Naito and Bray Wyatt. And the label lock on Naito clinched it for Daniel Bryan that night. So two submission specialists here. Be interesting to see who comes out on top. They know each other very well from battling on the Independence, Ring of Honor. They are familiar opponents, but they know what they're fighting for now. It's a opportunity to compete against the best bout machine, the man that many the world over regard as the best wrestler, active wrestler in the world today anyway, Kenny Omega. He just advanced in the previous match over his former tag team partner, Kota Ibushi. And the winner of this match will take on Kenny Omega in round 2 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. As Daniel Bryan goes into the single leg Boston Crab here. So far, it's been a story of getting reacquainted as they're trading fists now. Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. Certainly, both of these guys are accomplished strikers and submission specialists as well. As Bryan had the grapevine there on Joe's leg, he fights his way out of it. There's an elbow by Bryan. Seems like Bryan is doing a better job of managing the distance at the moment. Baseball slide, slips Joe. Joe sends him to the opposite side and hits the running clothesline. Sets up Bryan here, hits the rope. The big man hits the PK. And that woke up Bryan. He's right back up, knows he needs to answer. A deep arm drag takedown by Daniel Bryan and a kick to the back of Samoa Joe. And Joe had a choke slam. Bryan reversed it into the arm drag takedown and kick to the midsection. Right back to the bread basket. Gonna try and take the oxygen away from Samoa Joe. It's a good strategy. And Joe here has the label lock. Usually we see Daniel Bryan setting this up. Look like a modified crossface there. And there's that kick again. Those kicks keep landing for Bryan. Sends Joe to the ropes now and drop toe hold. Puts the big man down on the canvas. And Bryan goes for the first cover here. Has the outside leg hooked and Joe kicks out after 2. As would be expected. Bryan going back for the quick cover. Joe kicks out immediately. Joe puts Bryan in the corner, and now he's just stomping away at the new Daniel Bryan. Follows up with some rough boots there to the side of the face. And Boston Crab by Samoa Joe. Daniel Bryan's in a tough way here. He manages to kick out. Wasn't going to reach the rope from that spot. Kick to the knee to the midsection, and Joe goes for the first cover of his. Gets the 2 count. And elbow to the back. Release German suplex lands for Daniel Bryan. Impressive strength there. And Bryan now repositioning Joe. Sends him to the ropes, and Bryan hits the running clothesline. Took Joe off his feet, and that kick took it out of Joe. You saw him crumple on that. Flash knockdown, and Bryan goes for the sleeper hold. Running PK lands for Daniel Bryan. And the strikes for Daniel Bryan. He's edged out as the dominant force with the kicks to the midsection. An elbow lands for Bryan, and then he gets in, then he gets out. There's a kick to the midsection, and then a huge kick to the temple. Once Joe is down to one knee, Bryan hooks the outside leg, and it's a close 2 count. Referee Edwards saw the elbow, the shoulder of Joe come up. Joe answers right back with the Boston Crab here. This crowd at Full Sail Arena starting to fire up as they can sense the tension building between these two. Sleeper hold for Bryan. He hits the ropes, and there's that running PK. Bryan released German suplex, starting to put it together here. And Joe this time gets the choke slam attempt. Front face lock and a vertical suplex. Bryan escaped it and hits a bridging German suplex, has the cover, and it's a 3 count. What a finish to this one. Daniel Bryan using that wrestling acumen to slip the vertical suplex into the bridging suplex of his own and got the 1, 2, 3 clean in the middle of the ring. And Daniel Bryan will advance to round 2 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament to face Kenny Omega. Cannot wait. And we are back live now, Actually Real Wrestling, with lightweight competition here. Our lightweight division featuring Jordynne Grace, independent star. She's also been on Impact and AAA. Alexa Bliss of WWE. And she spoiled her appearance by interfering in the opening match when she came to the aid of Kenny Omega. Might have put him over the edge and landing a few shots on Kota Ibushi. Still questions to be answered there in terms of what the relationship is between Mayu Iwatani and Kenny Omega. Mayu Iwatani is 1-0 on ARW. Defeated Sasha Banks in their collective debut. Alexa Bliss, also undefeated. Her one appearance was in a tag match. She partnered with Braun Strowman against the Lucha Brothers and got the pin in that matchup. Did Alexa Bliss. A very impressive victory for her. But tonight she's competing as a single in this lightweight division matchup, which will be the focus of our next tour of ARW following the conclusion of the actual heavyweight championship tournament, which we're in the middle of tonight. If you're just joining us, our first winners were Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan. Those two will meet in round 2 of the tournament. This is a triple threat matchup. First fall wins here. So you can expect all 3 competitors to be close to the action at all times. Want to make sure they're either involved in that pin or nearby to break it up. As Mayu Iwatani, the icon of Stardom Pro Wrestling, fights her way out of a double team, and Michinoku driver lands for Jordynne Grace. Double team here, Grace and Bliss. And then Bliss turns right on her short-term ally there with a backflip pin, but quick kick out by Grace and a snap suplex by Bliss on Iwatani. Follows it up with an arm drag. Iwatani hits the Frankensteiner there, and closed fist lands on Jordynne Grace. Backflip pin for Bliss, and Grace easily breaks up the pin. There's a kick to the back of the knee by Bliss. Iwatani now going on the work on the arms of Jordynne Grace. Referee Earl Hebner here officiating the action. Headlock by Bliss, and she lands a closed fist now. And confident pin by Bliss. Jordynne Grace almost knew Iwatani would kick out, but probably wishing she got involved there. She eats a super kick from the icon. Small package pin by Bliss. And you notice that Jordynne Grace hasn't made any attempts yet to break up the pin by Alexa Bliss. Interesting to see the strategy here. Few quick elbows land for Jordynne Grace. She's piling them on now. Slips Alexa Bliss and lands a double axe handle, but now eats an elbow from Iwatani. Cover here. Quick kick out, just a 1 count. And a single leg Boston Crab by Bliss. Grace is sent to the ropes and an leg drag takedown, by Bliss on Iwatani. Iwatani breaks out of the submission and eats an elbow sends an elbow to Jordynne Grace and goes for the quick cover after the super kick. And it's a kick out there. Combination by Jordynne Grace, lands the elbow, followed up with a chop. There's a high kick to the temple by Iwatani. Going back to work on the arms of the powerhouse, Jordynne Grace. Lands a super kick. Sends Bliss into the ropes. There's a collision in the middle of the ring and a leg drag takedown by Bliss. Iwatani was going to attempt to capitalize, but Bliss broke it up, and roundhouse kick lands for Iwatani, and she then takes a side Russian leg sweep from Jordynne Grace. Grace repositions here. Northern Light suplex by Iwatani, but it's broken up. The pin is by Alexa Bliss. And Full Sail University certainly know Bliss very well from her time in NXT, so they're cheering her on. She is a favorite here, at least popularity-wise. But you can bet Alexa Bliss would love to get her first singles win. Mayu Iwatani would like to continue in her winning ways and stay undefeated, go 2-0. That would position her well going into the lightweight division that will be taking up steam shortly here in Actually Real Wrestling. And Iwatani sends Bliss right into Jordynne Grace, hits her with a Frankensteiner. Grace lands a quick elbow, but Iwatani just turned her back. Was going to go right back to work on Bliss. Northern Light suplex from Iwatani, and Grace trying to break it up. And it's a 3 count. She snuck one in. Grace made too much space there. Looked like she tripped and backed up. Didn't quite get it. Mayu Iwatani, the icon, gets the pin on Alexa Bliss and retains her undefeated streak. She is coming to the ring first, the former North American champion of NXT, Velveteen Dream. And his opponent, he is the current NXT champion, the leader of the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole. And referee Aubrey Edwards calls to a start to this matchup. And here we go. Velveteen Dream coming off a shocking victory. It was a couple months back, one-on-one against Will Ospreay. He landed signature elbow drop from the top rope, and it knocked out Will Ospreay. He was unable to continue after it. That's how effective and how dangerous that elbow is from the Velveteen Dream. Adam Cole made his debut on ARW in a 4-way against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Juice Robinson, and Cedric Alexander. He was not involved in the decision one way or another. So in a way, Adam Cole is undefeated as well. So somebody's O has got to go. Someone's going to have a loss when this one is said and done. And someone is going to advance to round 2 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. It's a 32 competitor bracket, single elimination. And the winner of it all will be crowned the first ever actual heavyweight champion. I'm Jeff Sunday, by the way, at Jeff Sunday on Twitter, at Jeff Sunday GG on Instagram. And I appreciate if you find us, you reach out and let me know how you did. Say hey. Love talking and hearing what people think of the show and ideas for where we can go next. As Cole goes into a figure 4 leg lock here, submission, but Velveteen Dream able to escape it. And now they're trading blows. A fist for elbows. They're going back and forth here, and the left hand of Velveteen Dream wins out. Velveteen Dream and Cole here know each other well. First cover of the match is a 2 count kick out by Velveteen Dream. He's sent into the corner by Cole. Clothesline into the corner. And front face lock into the falling elbow. Quite the move there by Adam Cole. He was going to hit the ropes, thought better of it. A jumping neck breaker connects for Velveteen Dream. Follows it up with a boot to the face. High kick and missed with a pump kick at Cole, but that big boot landed for Velveteen Dream. Fireman's carry into the Ushigoroshi over the knee. Shades of his stablemate in Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong. Belly to back suplex lands for Velveteen Dream. And he's out on Dream Street at the moment, needs to collect himself. Front face lock going up top is Adam Cole. Gonna go for the superplex. He got it. Into the middle of the ring, and now Cole has that look in his eye as he's setting up Velveteen Dream here, waiting on Dream to get up. And Dream slow to rise, and there's a shining wizard by Adam Cole, outside leg hooked. Could this be it? It's a 2 count as Velveteen Dream able to dig deep, work his way out of that one. I'm impressed. I thought that was it for sure. Velveteen Dream, though, fights back with a running clothesline. Addressing Full Sail University, where he is so beloved. Backstabber, 2 knees right to the back of Velveteen Dream. And he's sent back to the ropes, followed up by an elbow. And straight jacket German suplex by Adam Cole. Could this be it? It is. 3 count. Adam Cole is your winner. And the NXT champion advances to round 2 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. He has his first victory as a singles competitor in ARW, and Velveteen Dream has his first loss, and you can bet the Dream won't be. Coming to the ring first, it is Dustin Rhodes. And his opponent, he is Le Champion of AEW, Chris Jericho. This is our main event of the evening. And by the end of it, we will have our final match decided for next week. For round 2. As Jericho goes for a ride on the suplex to the outside, Dustin was going to bring the fight right to him. And right on cue, Senator Phillips here to see his creation in action, Le Champion. Thanks for saying hey, Senator. How are you, sir? I was just saying this is our main event, final match of the evening to determine who will advance to the second round to take on Adam Cole, who just defeated Velveteen Dream. And these two were paired together because of the disparaging remarks of Le Champion, what he had to say about the late great Dusty Rhodes and the father of Dustin and Cody. First 2 count of the matchup. Seems Dustin's taking the comments personally. And he is going right to work on Jericho as the falling suplex sends him to the outside, and he's going to bring the fight right to Jericho. He's not waiting. Uppercut lands for the Natural, as he was once known in the WCW. Fire Pro Wrestling standard rules. This is a 20 count here. Jericho beats the count, and now they're exchanging. Jericho hits the drop kick, and that keeps Dustin down. Jericho hits the ropes. Dustin reverses into a jumping neck breaker. That upward shot signature for Dustin lands, but he takes a side breaker. Jericho hits the ropes, and a shoulder tackle puts Dustin on the canvas. There's a signature running bulldog by Dustin Rhodes. Absolutely not. Dustin's here to bring the fight. He's clearly offended by what Jericho had to say about Dusty. And no guy is over with everyone ever, but it's hard to argue with the contributions of Dusty Rhodes to the sport of pro wrestling. As the falling suplex lands for Dustin, has the cover here. And it's a 3 count. Dustin Rhodes has defeated Le Champion in kind of a surprise fashion here. That falling suplex right into the cover, and I think he caught the champion sleeping. So sure enough, it'll be Dustin Rhodes advancing to round 2 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. And he will face Adam Cole in round 2. That will certainly be an interesting matchup. And with that, we are at the end of our action for today. Do want to shout out, give you a preview of what is coming up next week in the tournament. You see the matches on screen. Shinsuke Nakamura will take on his former rival Hiroki Goto. An old New Japan Pro Wrestling rivalry reignited here on ARW. And this one's close to my heart. A rematch of the classic Iron match. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. The story, the history tells itself. Everyone pretty well knows that rivalry. Only one of them will advance to round 2 to take on the winner, either Nakamura or Goto. And in our third match, Jay White takes on Tetsuya Naito. Ripped right from the headlines of current New Japan Pro Wrestling storylines. They're currently battling for the Intercontinental title. Next week, it'll be for a shot at the actual heavyweight championship. And in the main event of that night, coming off his victory over The Undertaker, Andre the Giant will take on his former buddy over on the back in the territory days, Bobo Brazil. Now, not many know a whole lot about Bobo. He's from the generation You could say even before Andre, largely considered as one of the most successful, first successful, I should say, African-American pro wrestlers. Couldn't find a one-on-one match with them on the book, so as far as I know, it'll be a first one. If not, it should be a hell of a matchup between two giants, two titans of pro wrestling in its heyday. I'll be hanging out. I'm not hard to find. Hit me up on Twitter at Jeff Sunday, Instagram at Jeff Sunday GG, and we will see you next week. I hope you have a good one. Till next time.